I want to get a perspective on this now from an airline pilot, Wing Commander Anil Goel, formerly of the Air Force, now an airline pilot. Wing Commander Goel, these flight disruptions because of bomb hoaxes, 13 in the last 72 hours, do you think there's a pattern here?
See, Steve, very good evening to your viewers. There is definitely a pattern because these bomb hoax calls are not only not limited to domestic or international or one particular airline, but they have been broad spectrum to all the airlines, whether it is domestic or international. So I think there is a bigger story behind this because the intention is to disrupt the Indian aviation sector.
Yeah.
And not only disrupt that, but malign also, because any news concerning the Indian aviation gets a limelight across the world. So not only the Indian aviation sector, but the India name as a brand also gets maligned in this case.
Yeah.
So I see definitely there is a big story behind this. There are few forces maybe operating on this because after COVID, if you see the Indian aviation and economy has run really very well. And despite all the geopolitical challenges in the last 2 to 3 years after Russia-Ukraine war or present Israel-Hamas conflict, we can see the Indian business environment has improved with every day. So the best means of travel for any international businessman who wants to invest in India is via the air route. And if you disrupt this, and there is a scare created amongst the business community, and people will see this is not a good destination, then of course there are consequences for that.
My second question, Goel, you've painted a picture of the consequences of this, and you're saying very importantly that you see a pattern and some kind of ominous design behind it. As a pilot, sir, can you tell us what happens when a bomb scare happens? What is the set procedure? Do the pilots have a choice, or there is a very clear laid down procedure where an aircraft has to land immediately and investigate?
See, as soon as you get a bomb scare threat, definitely the air traffic controllers inform the pilot because we don't get any information. Like most of the threats have come via social media.
Yeah.
So this social media access is not available to pilots when they are flying. So this call, whenever this kind of calls come or threat is emerges, this message is conveyed from air traffic controllers to the pilot. And there is a set protocol which is followed, which is defined by Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, DGC and Ministry of Home Affairs. If the aircraft is in domestic environment, the pilots are required to take certain actions. If it is an international environment, then they seek international help from the country over which they are flying, and a set pattern is followed. There are designated airfields where a aircraft with a bomb hoax threat can land, because we need to have a lot of security arrangements over there also to carry out certain checks on the aircraft, certain checks on the baggages, which are kept in the hold, the luggage which is carried, and the load which is carried. So everything has to be properly checked. So those airports have to be properly equipped with the equipment which can do these kind of checks. Remember, these checks can continue after the aircraft lands, can continue for almost 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
So it's a big loss not only to the airline but to the passengers also who are stranded over there. So definitely, this is a very big area of concern as a pilot as well as for the passengers.
Thanks for putting this into perspective for us, because this is alarming. 13 such incidents in just the last 3 days, meaning huge losses for these airlines. And remember, there's the festive season coming up, so there's that huge flying pressure that's going to be there on these airlines. And we only hope that things will fall under control. The Home Ministry, the Civil Aviation Ministry, they're all mulling stringent actions against perpetrators and also deterrent actions against those who may be wanting to create such mischief and disruptions. Wing Commander Goel, appreciate your time and for helping us understand this complex issue. We will continue to track it. 13 flights in just the last 3 days.